Alright, well, I got good news and bad news. I was finally able to punch through after about an hour, and we're down to the pickers, and I started to get mercury and pickers. Bad news is I broke my shovel. Alright, good morning guys. Welcome back to another video. We are back in the California motherlode, and today I have an exciting day. The river has gone down almost 2 feet where I was working, and that's very exciting because here's our hole. This thing was rushing with water and now it is barely moving. I think today we might be able to block off that chute. At least I'm gonna attempt to. I don't know if I'll be able to. And possibly start working. It looks like I could almost work on the other side. If I can get this chute clogged off, we might be looking at another incredible day, because my guess is now that this thing isn't moving as fast, we could redirect the water in a different direction. But not just only that, my guess is the richest part of the river is right here in this pool. And the only way, before this was moving so fast that if I was in it, I would have got shot down the river. And now I can actually get into it safely. And if I block it off, it might be even easier. So either that's gonna happen, or we continue digging. And now that the water is down a whole 2 feet, I'm gonna be able to get deeper and follow that crevice I've been chasing. First, we are gonna go ahead and see if I can't even stop this water or slow it down. That's the goal. I'm gonna start bringing rocks, dumping them here, and hopefully we'll see a difference in this river right here. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so work in progress. Some of the rocks are too light, but the ones that are just heavy enough for me to carry, they stay, but they're a lot of strain. So I don't want to waste all my energy all at the beginning of the day and not be able to unjam those rocks to get to that hay layer. So we're gonna jump in. I've slowed it down, I think, just a little bit. Also, what I could do is start stacking rocks right here to redirect the water flow this way and pop out that rock, and so most of the water flows this way. And what I could do is also pop a lot of those out and have the water come out much faster. So I could even lower this pool a little bit, but I'd like to get in that slower area and just have a look and see what it looks like, if it's even possible. My guess is no, because how fast this water is, but I'd love to see what it looks like in here. All right guys, so the material looks right. It's just we got to go through probably a foot of material before we could get to the really rich material under these big boulders. So I found a point to kind of chase the bedrock. I'm gonna chase it down and kind of go towards these big rocks right here. So what I need to do is get rid of all that upper layer material, but I don't want to lose any gold if I start hitting it faster than like flood material over there. So what I'm gonna do is right between these two rocks, I'm gonna set up a sluice, and hopefully I can just scoop and let it all go down right there. So let's put some rocks there. Hopefully the sluice could be ran unclassified, and I could just get rid of a lot of this material. So that's the plan. Let's do it. All right, so I'm trying my best to try to dig down there. It's just really deep on top of that. It's just, I'm gonna have to go through a material, put a material, so I could spend all day punching through. Could be worth it, but my best bet is to plug that hole right there up and then work right here. It's taking a lot of work. We might have to wait another 50 to 100 CFS before I can plug that up and really hit this little chute right here. That side is too deep. We're definitely gonna have to wait a while before we could hit any of that. But I'm already standing in it, and it's gonna take a lot of work to get down there, but I know there's got to be some decent gold all throughout here. Just whether or not, some of those boulders are so big it's hard to work. So I could either keep working that, or I could continue the hole and chasing where I know there's a bunch of pickers lined up against this piece of bedrock. So I know the material looks amazing there. I might get a test pan just to see some gold. Already spent an hour trying to dig. Either I continue digging here. The problem is the water's so slow now, whenever it clouds up. Oh, look at the fish in here. couple of fish. I'm definitely gonna do a test ban. Let's have a look at that and then see what we get.
Look at that. That's what you want to see. I want to get that one out.
Now clay down there, money. Hopefully it's got some gold in it. See. Right, we got a little bit better of a pan. Starting to get better. Not amazing still, but getting down a little further. It's just really hard to punch through. All right, pop that baby out. Look how dirty that water was underneath. There's so much clay under that rock. I'm hoping we struck a little pay streak under there, or at least I know now that that thing's out of the way, I can get down deeper. Hopefully hit that bedrock, which I know has really good gold. So let's see what this pan has. This is material from under that rock. I'll show you guys once it clears up, if it does, what it looks like down there. All right. Let's see. I still don't know what these pyrite rocks are, but every time I get a bunch like that, I usually get some gold. Oh yeah, there's a bit. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a decent pan. Finally, that's just the surface, so we can now dig down. Hopefully it's cleared up. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Hopefully that's the rock right there. It was a pain to get out. It was just so jammed in there. But let's have a look in there and see what it looks like. I haven't even got to see. First thing I did was start scooping material. Oh,
Oh yeah. We're gonna get all that cleared out and start going for the gold.
Getting better. Alright, well I got good news and bad news. I was finally able to punch through after about an hour, and we're down to the pickers, and I started to get mercury and pickers. Bad news is I broke my shovel. So it's like a spring. I gotta be really careful because if I break it all the way, this is my paddle to get back across with all my gear. So I gotta be very gentle on that thing. But we have broke through. I'll show you guys what it looks like. There's a fish down there, there's a couple of them. That right there is where all the good gold is, right there. So we're gonna keep working our way down and hopefully get some more decent pickers. Let's see what we get. All right. Let's see if we got anything good. Looking too good. A couple of smaller flakes. Just got to keep working our way down. It's gonna be very hard with the broken shovel. All right, I got good news. I can see the bedrock finally, which means we're gonna start getting big pickers. As soon as you hit that bedrock, start getting good gold. So let's do a pan off the bedrock. I did get a couple decent ones, so let's do another pan and show you guys what we were chasing. The little shoot right here, and that's what we want to chase. I have a feeling we're gonna get it. It's been pretty slow all day. I've been getting small pieces. It's time to start getting big pieces now that we're off the bedrock, so let's do it.
There we go. We got bedrock. You see that? Basically, I want to go this way. Chase that.
Oh yeah. Look at that picker, man. Look at that. That was just one scoop, really. Look at the size of them things. I need to break some of that up with the rock bar, and then we'll go for a more shovel so we're not ruining our shovel. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Look at these pans. Oh my goodness. Look at all that gold. All nice sized pieces. We're gonna add a quick. We're gonna see some good gold by the end of the day. Hopefully. It's already halfway through the day, if not more. It took me forever just to get to the bottom. Alright, so I took a quick lunch. I kind of have an update. So I've been kind of stuck down there. Once I hit that bedrock, I did about 5-10 pans, and then what happens, there's this huge rock that's just blocking my shovel, and it would take a lot of work. It would collapse everything if I can move it, and then the bedrock would not be uncovered, and then I'd have a lot of material to move before I can continue scraping off the bedrock. The only problem with that is my sluice, the river has gone down another like half foot since I've been here to a foot, and so my sluice is getting lower and lower and lower, and so there'll just be a lot of work on top of my shovel being broken. So it's really not a good day for for me right now. I mean, I got a little bit of good gold. All right, so I made another discovery. I guess going this way towards this big pile of rocks, there is a great clay layer, and I did a test pan and I got some chunky gold, and then the next one I got a ton of that mercury covered gold. So I think we're gonna work that way, and eventually this will have to collapse, but we'll try to work as much material before it collapses. So let's get some pans and show you guys what I'm talking about. Clay is so thick, but it has mercury in it, which is, or it's sitting on top of the clay, which is very strange. But let's get the sound on it. See if we got anything in this pan. Oh yeah, mercury and gold. It's much smaller, but in the last couple pans, but there's quite a bit of it. So I'm gonna separate the snuffers for the different types of gold. All my mercury gold, I'm gonna have in a different snuffer than my pickers, so my pickers don't get covered in gold or in mercury. Oh my goodness. Got some chunky gold. Like I said, once in a while you'll get a nice chunky piece of gold. Look at that. It's like a mercury gold flake. We're on chunky gold now. Whoa, ho, ho. Look at that. Whew. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Beautiful. We're going to keep chasing that. I don't know why all of a sudden I just hit a nice pace streak. It's always at the end of the day. I was about to pack up and leave, and then I'm like, I might as well just try that clay stuff. Usually it doesn't have much in it, but it is paying off really good. So if the water ever clears up, I'll show you guys what I'm chasing. If it's a good pan or not. Oh yeah, huge spot of mercury. A whole bunch of mercury. That's what I'm talking about. You guys see all the, well, I don't know if you guys will see, there's about 3-4 really nice chunky bits and a huge thing of mercury. Alright, so here's how the hole looks at the end of the day. This is what we'll be starting off on tomorrow. Alright guys, it's the end of the day. We're all cleaned up. We're about to head back so I can hike out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I didn't think I was going to be posting this one just because I didn't like how it's turning out, but it looks like the day turned around. My shovel broke. My whole, like, I couldn't get the gold out. I was able to get about probably a 1/4 gram out of pickers before the rocks inside the hole were all blocking me again. So, and because my shovel wasn't working right, and because my shovel was broken, it was really hard to break through that really hard layer, and that's kind of what broke it in the first place, is using it as a pry bar. But that's an old shovel. It's lasted me a year, so we're probably about to retire that and get a new one. So hopefully in the next video we'll have a new one, and we'll be back at this spot for me tomorrow, but for you guys it'll be in a week. So All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. A huge shout out to any new channel members. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. All right guys, so I realized I forgot to add in the giveaway, so I went ahead and spun, and here's the winner right here. So congrats to the winner. What I'm gonna do is leave an email right here, just send me that, and if you guys want to enter into the giveaway, every single month we do a half-gram pay dirt giveaway, and either Patreon, YouTube, or Facebook, any of those members, you guys get entered in. So really appreciate it, and congrats to the winner. Alright guys, we made it back to the house. Here is our gold. I already cleaned up most of the mercury off it. Basically most of all this was sitting on bedrock. I did get a little bit in that muddy material, which was pretty cool, some of the smaller chunky stuff, but most of those big flakes, they were sitting on bedrock. And I did get down there, and it's basically only about an hour's worth of work where I actually was getting gold. The rest of the time I was fighting rocks and fighting the material. So it'd be a lot of gold in there if I could spend just a day breaking all that up and then sluicing. You could definitely get a lot of gold. It's just so much work. But yeah, let's see how much we got. So go ahead and tear this, and here we go. 1.79, 1.8. Not bad for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Also, a huge shout out to my channel members and Patreon members listed up on the screen. If you guys would like to help support the channel, consider checking out my website, mishaboylan.com. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He's chasing dreams to go worldwide. Misha passes dreams with pride, shining nuggets in the daylight. With every scoop, this tale's untold, a YouTuber digging up the gold.